Welcome back to 5 Minute Medicine. On today's show, we are joined by practicing cardiologist Dr. Tom McCarthy and clinical trial researcher Dr. Lachlan Daly to tell us all about the new drug Inclisiran, sold under the brand name Leqvio. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
So Tom, start by telling us why Inclisiran is getting cardiologists excited.
Yeah, indeed. As many listeners will know, high levels of LDL cholesterol in your blood, your bad cholesterol, can lead to atherosclerosis, which in turn leads to heart attack or stroke. To lower LDL levels, clinicians will suggest changes in lifestyle and diet, as well as medications such as statins. Yet for some individuals, despite these interventions, LDL cholesterol levels remain high. Then in 2021, along came Inclisiran. Inclisiran is a drug that is subcutaneously injected once, then again 2 months later, and then once every 6 months after that. Clinical trials have shown that adding this to the standard treatment regime leads to reducing the blood LDL level by half, which is huge.
Wow, I love the sound of that. How does it work?
So, Inclisiran inhibits the synthesis of an enzyme called PCSK9. This enzyme acts to degrade LDL receptors in the liver, reducing its ability to remove LDL from the blood. Hence, the reduction of its synthesis equals the reduction of LDL cholesterol. Inclisiran belongs to a very new class of therapeutic agents that use small interfering RNA molecules to silence the expression of genes. 4 hours after proposed dose of 284 milligrams, a maximum concentration of 509 nanograms per milliliter is reached. Pretty much all of that drug is sequestered by the liver, thus resulting in a relatively low volume of distribution of just 500 milliliters. While in the liver, Inclisiran uses the RNA interference pathway to find and degrade any PCSK9 mRNA. This results in the inhibition of PCSK9 synthesis, and thus the effects last for months. Prior to its clearance, nucleases metabolize the small interfering RNA molecules into tiny nucleotide strains, which are then excreted from the body, primarily via the liver, and after about 2 days, it's completely undetectable.
Right, so Inclisiran basically programs the body to lower its bad cholesterol itself.
Yeah, exactly right. In this way, it's very different from other LDL cholesterol lowering drugs. Its method of action is to control gene expression, so you only need 2 doses a year, rather than the 12 to 26 with other injectable cholesterol lowering drugs.
Fantastic. What about drug interactions?
Well, because Inclisiran is metabolized by nucleases into inactive nucleotides, and it isn't targeting structures of drug elimination pathways, it's not likely to have any drug interactions at all.
Well, that's the good news. Now, what are the downsides? How safe is it? Lachlan, tell us a bit about the clinical trials undertaken to get approval by the FDA.
Yeah, well, the process started with in vitro studies to verify Inclisiran's efficacy and safety. We gave monthly doses of Inclisiran to rats and monkeys for 9 months. The major findings of these studies were that Inclisiran was well tolerated and produced no immune response. We then began testing with humans in the form of 3 double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials that ran over 18 months. The studies included 3,500 participants in 13 countries. The participants were patients with treatment-resistant hypercholesterolemia. Patients were sufferers of either familial hypercholesterolemia or atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. Included were patients with comorbidities such as age, diabetes, hypertension, and renal impairment. This was followed by multiple open-label trials lasting over 3 years. The studies identified minor side effects such as injection site irritation, joint stiffness, UTIs, diarrhea, and bronchitis. Overall, the trials revealed a very good safety profile.
Great. Is the research ongoing?
Well, right now there's a huge 15,000 participant 5-year randomized control trial that's almost complete. The study was designed to investigate the impact of Inclisiran has on cardiovascular outcomes in the UK and US. I'm hoping this study can support the NHS estimate of 30,000 lives saved by 2031.
Very good. So where do you see the direction of further research?
Currently, Inclisiran is used as an adjacent therapy. Future research is investigating the use of Inclisiran as a monotherapy, especially in patients who can't tolerate statins. There's also plans to start trials investigating the efficacy and safety of Inclisiran for teenagers suffering from hypercholesterolemia.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Tom McCarthy and Dr. Lachlan Daly, for shedding light on this drug. This has been 5 Minute Medicine. Thank you for listening.